having a great day. Welcome to another Bannerlord modding stream. And this one will be a bit different, I think. For one, in the past, I've tried to structure my streams as some sort of a tutorial type of thing. For the most part, not always, but I think this time it doesn't really make sense to make a tutorial about RTS, making RTS mod, because like hopefully other people won't have to do the same thing. And also the stuff that I plan to do are probably not that like generally applicable. It's more like specific to this thing. You will see maybe what I mean later on once we get further. First, so why make a new RTS mod? So this is the existing RTS. Actually, let me pull up this. So RTS camera support continued. This one. They do a lot of stuff, and they do like pretty interesting stuff actually. Like this is relatively large mod. If I pull it up here, you can see that not including, this is lines of source code. I don't know if you can see this, but this is around 14,000 lines of code are in this RTS camera mod. So I was kind of looking at this, looking at what they do, and this does not work in 1.7, by the way. And I kind of don't want to delve too deep into this. It looks kind of scary. They do kind of weird things in some places, but most of the weirdness, I think, is let me know. So they have this command module. Let's see, like enable attack specific formations and all this stuff. I don't think I want to do any of this. So that's like, I think a large part of the 14,000 lines of code go towards all this like formation stuff, which is not like directly related to the RTS camera thing. Like when I think of RTS camera, I think of top-down view, and all this formation stuff is nice to have, and it makes the mod better maybe, but it also makes the mod very hard to maintain. I think I suspect these things break regularly, and also like having 14,000 lines of code in this mod, it makes it hard to maintain, I think. So I was just thinking that like can I make something simpler, something that would be easy to make for 1.7.0. And I was thinking of like doing everything from scratch basically by myself, but you will see maybe I won't have to even do that. So let's just start, I think. So let's make a new mod. Let's call it simple RTS cam. So let's start with this. But before I actually go into the whole programming thing, I should maybe just start Bannerlord and see how things are done. Just like, I think this will be mostly for like documentation or something, like people can see how the missions are sort of structured. So the whole point of this process for me was to basically learn how the missions work in Bannerlord. So mission as terminology, mission is like 3D scene that is loaded. So like entering town center, entering arena, or battle. Those are all like missions. Hi Parsa Warrior. So we will see, I will show kind of how missions are structured. So let me open up the project that I just created. Let's just go, this is the wrong one. Okay, mods, simple RTS cam. Let me just open this one, and there's a couple configuration things I want to do, so let's do those. Let's go to launch settings. So this is a new Butter module. Let's see. let me pull this up. So this one, I just not this one, this one. Yeah, I just created one with this one, new project. So a few things I want to do. I want to add my useful UI debug. This is my mod. I can show that as well. I can almost read Chinese, but not long sentences like that. So I won't even attempt. It would take a long time. My mods. So useful UI debug. I will show some things with this once we get a new project. Or harmony is fine, I guess. Just change the launch settings a bit so that it will first time it has to go to main menu because the modules are not correct, but continue game means going. Oh, actually, maybe I don't even want that if I want to go to custom battle. It should be fine. Be fine. I think this will be fine. We can just, unless this is 1.65, that should be fine as well. I don't need to create new campaign for this. So, what I want to show this useful. Well, I want to see a couple of things actually. So let's do campaign troops. I need 30 troops for 20 troops for order of battle scene. So order of battle doesn't show up unless you have 20 troops. So right here, let me close this for a while. We already have RTS camera in the game, basically. This is almost exactly what you want, right? You can turn this out, turn this around, you can move like this, you can move like this. This is almost what you want already. So I was just thinking, like, can we just basically enable this mode in the middle of fight? That would be a lot simpler than building stuff yourself, I think. But also, so this was one thing that I wanted to show. This is I want to show this off a bit. So this is my useful UI debug mod. And there's some features I might add more in the future. Like I was thinking of adding mission logic as one view, but you can click stuff like, oh, first of all, it shows layers. The layers are basically the whole UI consists of, in this case, 23 different things. So scene layer is the actual 3D renderer in the background. It is the first layer. And then there is 22, or actually 23 of these counted layers. And they are like all sorts of stuff. Like we have like order radial, which is this thing here. We have order of battle here, layer 9, which is with these reset deployment buttons and all this stuff. So gamepad cursor is, wait, what? You can see it kind of here. So if I touch my gamepad, you can see the different sort of rectangle. That's gamepad cursor. So all these things are layers. Unfortunately, I cannot zoom this because this is in the game, but hopefully, I mean, I'm streaming in 1440p, so hopefully it will still be readable in the stream as well. But then there's like these other buttons, which are, let's see, let's start with mission behaviors. So this will show crap ton of different things that are, these things basically make this scene, this mission. And there's like really maybe too many stuff, too many items here, too many behaviors. I don't quite like how they have done this thing, but you have stuff like mission boundary placer, mission boundary crossing handler. I was looking at this one. Mission boundary crossing handler is the thing that will show you that you're leaving the battle if you scroll, if you go like beyond the borders of the map, mission boundary crossing handler will show you the pop-up that says, hey, you have 10 seconds to return to the mission area, or you will forfeit. What is create bodyguard mission behavior? What is create bodyguard mission behavior? What? Assign player role in team mission controller. This is kind of crazy, but like, you kind of have to understand this stuff, I think, if you want to do more substantial mods. So that's why I created this view, which shows you stuff. So views. So I switched from mission behaviors to mission views now. So mission views are behaviors that render stuff. And this might be what we need to do. There's stuff here like deployment mission view is very interesting. What does that do? Well, probably it's about rendering all this stuff. Like all the things that we see right here. There's something about orders, right? There's mission gauntlet battles score UI, which I guess is the scoreboard. Stuff like that. There's mission order gauntlet UI handler, which I think draws this flag that we see. The flag that can, I know these little flags probably. I'm not 100% sure about that, but you see that the mission consists of a ton of these different things that view something to the player, view something on the screen. Deployment mission view, not sure. So that also has to have something to do with this screen that we see right now that handles the deployment. Okay. So we basically have this RTS camera already here. So we need to figure out how to enable this thing. So that was actually, so let me, I need to start, yeah, I need to close this now. And I need to start this again with DNSpy. And I should also, for DNSpy, set my modules as arguments. So my new module is simple RTS cam, right? Right. So I need to restart this in DNSpy because I want to break inside the official code. So let's see, mission. So we saw that the first thing is this mission screen, or was it scene or something? But what mission screen is basically the thing that renders the 3D view that we see. And here we have something called combat camera. This seems interesting for if you want to make RTS camera. And we can also see like we can look at the existing RTS camera. If we search for combat camera here, here, right? So they do a bunch of stuff with the combat camera. They get what is it? I haven't looked too much into the existing RTS camera, like what they do. I saw that they do a bunch of stuff here. You could study this way more than what I have. They do stuff like this, set field of view for the combat camera and all this stuff. Like eventually I don't need to do any of this, I don't think, hopefully. And actually this might be kind of interesting. They also in the mission screen they also have custom camera. If we look at how this is used in the game, this is used in exactly one place, I think. Actually a couple of places. Ranged siege weapon view. So this custom camera is used if you man a ballista. But this one is what's interesting. So mission hideout cinematic view. You know the thing where you beat the hideout and then there's this short cutscene. So for this thing, they set this mission screen to update free camera. So that the small animation when you beat the hideout, they set a custom camera for that short segment. So I actually tried this out. Could you do RTS camera with this custom camera thing? Yeah, sure, you could do that. But maybe we can do something else. Like that would not give you the easy access to the deployment camera like what I kind of want to do. So let's look at the camera, and one thing that we notice immediately, and this is what makes kind of modding the missions a bit tricky, is that a lot of things related to missions are handled by the native code, and I think we can. I pressed completely wrong thing. Let's see this view. If we break, for example, here, let's say we wanted to understand where in code mission order comes with UI handler, which is one of the views, probably the view that renders the flags and stuff when you give orders. If we wanted to understand where this view is initialized and how it's used in the game, that would be a bit tricky because the initialization is done in the native code, I think. I don't want UI extender. Okay. Well, it's fine now, but I should remove it from the launch string. If I just go in here and we look at like I put breakpoint in the constructor for this thing, we should see transition from native to managed. I just want to demonstrate this. Can I catch this thing? What? Why is it not? Do I have alt? I probably had alt pressed down. So if we look at call stack, you see that this constructor is called directly from native code. So if you're not familiar what that means, it's basically Tailworlds has two code bases for this game. So one is written in C++, and it will be compiled into a native binary, and it runs all the 3D rendering and some other things. But most of the gameplay logic, basically everything that has to do with the world map, is done in this C# code, and that C# code will be this managed code. And what we see in this with the dnspy, with the .NET debugger, this is all the managed code. But the native code for our purposes is kind of like black box. We don't want to look in there, and we don't want to decompile that. But it will make our life a lot harder when we try to understand what is happening inside the missions, because you will see this stuff a lot, like native to managed transition. And if I go back to the mission screen, it's just something that we have to live with. Cannot really be helped or changed. So if we go back into the camera, the combat camera, you already see that this looks kind of bad. This is a native class, native object. So if we look at like, if we set breakpoint to, for example, the position here, let's just put one of these here. So we should see that nothing in the C# sets the position normally if the game is running normally. Let's see, continue. Oh, I have a bunch of breakpoints that I don't want. Sure. So we see that, let's open the call stack. So some UI handling thing is calling the camera position a lot. So it wants to get it a lot, but nothing will set it. So even if I move the camera, even if I go up and down, do anything, nothing in the C#, nothing in the managed code base is using this, sets the position of the camera. But the camera is still moving. And I could check if we, for example, break here and look at locals, we see that the camera is located at, the height is 39.9, so effectively the height is 40. And if I remove this, I go up a lot. And then we look at the camera position, now it's 60, so it went up by 20. But nothing set the value. So all the camera handling is done in the engine, meaning the native code, the C++ code. So that also means that whatever creates this like thing where you can move the camera around, like it was a RTS view, whatever this deployment view, this is also completely done in the C++. I was looking for the code that would do this, but unfortunately we don't have that in the managed code base. So we'll look at again what the existing RTS camera mod does. They do, like, they have stuff like camera speed, right? Speed somewhere. Wait, why? Okay. RTS camera config. Yeah, like here. They do actually a lot of this stuff themselves. They basically re-implement the whole camera. This would be a good exercise if you wanted to get better at programming and stuff. But I would prefer if we could just reuse the thing that Tailworld has already made here. What's up, Makise? Is that Steins Gate reference? Probably not. I guess Makise is also a name somewhere in the world. So, we don't have the thing that sets the camera, or we don't have the code that moves the camera, but we want to somehow use that. So, we just have to kind of experiment around and see if we can enable this view and if there are any problems with that. And I've actually done a lot of the experimentation already, and I think it will be possible. Yeah, bro, Okabe supremacy. Nice. Yeah, Matt the scientist still making RTS mode. Oh, that was Russian accent. I don't have my Japanese accent at hand. Okay. So how do we so I want my own view, or at least that behavior. Let's start with behavior. Maybe we upgrade it to a view. So we need like a mission behavior. I should maybe, well, let's start with this. Since I started writing this, let's continue. What is your problem? So the behavior type is other. And how do we actually start our behavior? So if we look at the submodule base, we have on before mission behavior initialize. So, or on mission behavior initialize. I'm not sure what the difference is exactly. Doesn't matter. We can just take this one. So if we go here, override on mission behavior initialize. I don't think this is necessary, but whatever, we can leave it here. Doesn't matter either way. So we want to add behavior and our behavior, right? So RTS cam behavior. And was there something else that I want to show here before I... Well, I will probably come back to the unspy view anyway, so probably in the future we will need to break inside Tailworld's code a couple more times. Maybe I explain a bit more. Maybe I explain a bit more about the deployment phase, how the deployment works. Just like very surface level. So I have way too many tabs open here. Let me just maybe close them all. Is that too drastic? Okay, let's go to mission screen. I think that's good. Or mission. Let's go to mission. Should be here somewhere. It's maybe easier to just do this. Type. No, it's not easier to do this. There's so many of these. Oh my. How do I open mission? There. So if we look at deployment here, so first of all, this is already pretty good. There's like mission modes, and one of the mission modes is deployment. That will be important soon. And actually I want to show the deployment view. I think, is it this one? No, let me show deployment camera. I don't know, this is not very structured. Maybe this is some sort of like documentation or something. It's field, right? Yeah, field. So if we go mission order VM, this might be good. So we see stuff like there's this concept of deployment camera. I guess that's what I want to say. If you look at how this deployment camera is used, it's given mission order in its constructor. Let me close all of these as well. So go along the use graph. So this is the analyzer view, and you see where this is called from. So this is called by on mission screen initialize. So there's this like and you see that this is actually it already. So the deployment camera concept here, it is just the mission screen combat camera. So the mission order gauntlet UI and handler just passes the combat camera as deployment camera, and in mission we have a bunch of stuff about like mission modes. You look at how the mission mode deployment is actually used. No, it's not. I cannot show that. We look for just mission mode deployment. You can see there's a bunch of stuff about how, like, what actions are allowed in different mission modes, and then what else did we have with deployment? We had like deployment plans for sites. This will be important later. Okay, but whatever. I can't really show it much better what will happen. Basically, the native code will control the camera somehow based on the mission mode. That is what I have found out. So to cut the long story extremely short, we can just so let me override tick. So this thing will be called like every frame, basically. And we can, oh, behaviors don't get input. Okay, then I need to make view, I guess. I think I need input, yes. So I can remove this. Actually, let's override. No, mission view is not, okay. I think, so I don't think it matters which, if it is screen tick or tick, but let's just do screen tick then. And I want input. pressed. I just want to get something like this. No, I want to get namespace. Thank you. So let's just go with F10 since that is the key that the original mod uses. I think F10 is fine. Because just like this, we get something that runs once F10 is pressed. And well, let me just show what happens if you actually just go ahead and set mission mode to mission mode development. Wait. Okay, sometimes. Okay, that should be fine. And let's give false here. I don't know what that actually does, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Let me just show what happens now. So, because this is already kind of interesting. We could have done a lot of other things, but yeah. Oh, copy folder failed, so it doesn't like when it's already running on. Can we use C++ or Python to develop Bannerlord mods? I mean, in theory, yes. In practice, it would be extremely impractical to use anything except C# or F#, I guess. But in practice, it would be extremely practical to try to do anything except .NET stuff. So, let's just see what happens if I press F10 now, once I'm outside. So now, when I initialize development, the game will switch the game mode from deployment to battle. Now if I press F10, no, wait. Let's see if this is working. Source code is different. Oh, it didn't rebuild. Okay. So it was saying that code is different. Can't make breakpoints because the DLL is different from the source code. So I had to rebuild the solution. It's like you need to, because most of the gameplay code is in .NET and most of the mods will use Harmony anyway, and if you don't know, Harmony is this .NET reflection library. So this will do a bunch of magic with the .NET runtime. So you kind of need to understand the runtime to some extent already anyway to make substantial mods. I mean, of course you can do just the XML mods and those can be cool as well, but to make actual gameplay mods you kind of need to understand a bit about .NET anyway, so it makes more sense to do it in C#. So now we actually run this thing. Now if I press F10 and go back into deployment mode, you can see that this actually almost works immediately. So I almost don't even need to do anything. There might be some bugs. Like we definitely need to figure out if this is like actually working, like, or is there like problems that I don't see yet. Like let's say maybe the battle doesn't end now, but it actually does end. Maybe there's some problems with some quests, I don't know, or something. But like this almost already works. Like this one line is almost already seems to be like a RTS camera, pretty much. I don't even need to do anything. If we walk to town center, this is probably something that I want to disallow, but we can also go to deployment mode here, see what happens. This almost works immediately, and it also has like pretty nice features like turning the camera and looking up and down, everything is pretty good. And all this camera control is coming from the native camera controller. So the C++ camera controller that I cannot even see, but it just, apparently it just looks at the mission mode and determines how the camera should behave based on that. So that's perfect. Maybe it breaks something that I don't understand yet, but it doesn't seem like it, at least not immediately. So there are a couple of problems with this. So it almost works immediately. Yeah, I will check. I will do something like that quickly, yes, soon, but not immediately, because there's like one more important, or like there's one drastic problem with this still that I will show right now, maybe. So there's one problem with this, and it is that if I go into deployment mode now, my camera is actually locked into this rectangle. So the enemy is there, but I cannot move my camera there. And this is the deployment box. So if I retreat now, you can see that in the deployment mode, there is this boundary, which is marked nicely with these flags. So that is where the camera will stop. Right? Battle power bar doesn't seem visible also. Oh, that's a... Let's see. That disappears? Oh, well, okay. So does something... Well, does something else disappear? So we might have to look into stuff like that. Did something else disappear? Not really, no. No. Okay, just the power bar. Yes. That might be something that we can actually fix. But this is like a bigger problem, I think, this deployment zone thing here. And I actually already kind of figured out how it works. But that's like... So we kind of replaced the 14,000 lines of code with, not exactly, I'm exaggerating. They do a lot of stuff in the command module and stuff, which is not directly related, but this is pretty much the RTS camera done right here in this one line. And we also need to do a bit more stuff here to keep the modes and stuff. But let's not worry about that yet. So let's first worry about the deployment zones. So this is what they actually have. So they have this current deployment plan has deployment boundaries. So this is in mission. So actually it is, again, very simple what we need to do. So our deployment clear deployment plan for side and mission player team side. So player team side will get this will get the paddle side enum for the player, and we clear the deployment plan for this side. And very simple, but this will actually work to remove the boundary. And if I can maybe go bit deeper. Maybe go a bit deeper here and see like what the mission deployment plan even is. I don't honestly even know, but it has something about like where to spawn the troops. I mean, obviously it has the barrier. It seems to be mostly just for placing the troops at the beginning of the mission. But like stuff like this is like where it will need like playtesting to see if it actually works. Please make this mod. Seen someone else use it. So this will be a bit different from the existing RTS camera, but hopefully it will still be good enough for people to enjoy, maybe. Let's see. So now we actually see that, yeah, just like that, the camera is now free to move anywhere and doesn't immediately break anything. So now we can actually go see the looters. And If we find some more enemies. Okay, that's good. I need to stop my character first, or else he will run somewhere annoying, and then so we can just come here and say that our fians should go here. So hold fire and let's give some command, some stupid command or whatever, and this all basically works, I think. There's some silly issues with this, such as that the command UI switches to the radial UI. You see at the bottom, I actually have the bar UI mode set, but in the deployment mode you always have the radial command UI. So I guess get used to the radial command UI or whatever. It's not that bad, I guess. Some silly things like that may happen, but otherwise. And this seems to work like surprisingly well, I guess. I mean, I don't see any immediate problems with this, and it will also work in custom fights, custom battles. So if we go here. Should work here as well. Yeah, sure. I don't have any troops with me, but this will indeed be very simple RTS camera mod if this like all works. But the only downside is that I didn't actually need to learn how the views and how the behaviors work, so my goal of learning how stuff works was not completely met, but whatever. And you're downed and the UI changes, and that works all normal, and when you're downed you cannot enter the command UI anymore, which is how I think it should kind of work. I like that. I don't. So the old RTS mod, it does a bunch of stuff like you can switch to different troops after you are downed and stuff like that, but I don't think that is immediately necessary for RTS camera mod. Like RTS camera mod, I think should be simpler than that, but whatever. So there are a couple of things that we need to change still. No, simple RTS cam, yes. So I want to set up some sort of thing that checks if we are actually in battle, and also checks that we are not in deployment. So in here, I think I will add something like I guess this will be private. And I think we will need to put some sort of, there are some callbacks around deployment ending, sorry. So I think we should find one of those. I actually almost remember, maybe I put the bookmark in there. Yeah, mission deployment, mission view. This one. Well, anyway, I have it here. In deployment mission view, yes. So this thing is used actually. This thing. So we can see, if we look at assigned by, we see that, for example, mission gauntlet agent status here. They do this sort of thing to see if the deployment has finished. So they get from the mission, they get the behavior deployment mission view, and then they add this callback to deployment mission view on deployment finish, and I want to do the same thing, I think. That seems like a sensible thing to me. So get mission behavior, deployment mission view. So deployment view. No, what was it? Deployment mission view. I guess I want to get this thing, and then if it's not null, then we on deployment finish. So they do this thing, right? Wait, what? Do I need this from somewhere? Yes, okay. So this delegate combine will combine two delegates. So we combine the existing callbacks, whatever has previously used this callback, with our own, which will be just this thing, and this will be like that. I guess we can put this on the top. I don't really care too much typically, but in this case it almost makes sense. And this will be new. How does this work? New delegate. No, it needs to be the correct type. This thing. I think this, I don't particularly like the whole C# delegate thing, but whatever, it doesn't bother me at all, so this is fine. So now we should also add here like a thing like battle started, and so if we have not deployed, then the mod should do nothing, I think. And one thing we also need to do is give some way to go back, right? So maybe I actually want this mission mode to be a bit shorter. So if mission mode so if the mission mode is deployment, then we should go to this kind of wrong order, but I guess this will be battle. Yeah, I'm doing stuff in weird order, sorry about that, but so if the mission order is battle, mission mode is battle, then we go into deployment mode, and if the mission mode is deployment, we go into battle mode. What is your problem? Parentheses can be removed. Oh. Well. I think this is fine. I don't know if this should be... if this should be just else or else if or whatever. I think this looks fine. So now I think we should not be able to do the RTS camera in towns or in villages, which I don't know. I think it should be only in battles. Maybe it makes more sense, but so now it should require finishing deployment and actually being in battle to do. So we walk through lands and press F10. We get... Oh, what? How can... Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That's not a good place. Let's see for something that we can override. On behavior initialize. Wait, we can just copy what they do. Mission screen initialize. Yeah, sure. Let's just copy whatever they do. Not in the constructor, but in somewhere else. Sure. So I don't even need this. Through this. So I think this will be sort of documentation, I guess. Like, as I said, this will not be like super perhaps not super applicable to doing anything except exactly this what I'm doing. So that's kind of the weird part. Like, it's not really tutorial or anything. Like, so now I press F10, nothing happens, which is what I kind of wanted. But like, maybe you say something about how the views and how the mission behaviors work, sort of. I don't understand them quite myself either, but getting closer, I guess. So now we can enter... Oh, I have this reticle though. That's not good. The throwing weapon reticle. Okay, now if I press F10 again, I come back here. The throwing weapon reticle is also not very good, but... And also, nice thing about this is that the camera controls are actually, I think, in my opinion, better than the RTS camera mod. So, I wasn't the greatest fan of the camera controls in the existing RTS mod. Of course, this might have different problems, but... Oh, one thing I wanted to try was... So let's go under 20 troops so that we don't have the order of battle system. And let's say that we can still enter RTS camera, and we can. So that is good. So we skip the deployment phase, but we still get the RTS cam, which is good. And we can go back into this screen here, or this mode, and it just works. So I think this is pretty much it, honestly. Like, it's kind of silly. Like, you would maybe imagine that this is like hard mod to make, but I don't really need to do anything myself, which is just the way I like things to be, I guess. I can even remove some white space to make it a bit more compact. We can code go off a bit. So what happens if I press F10 during initial deployment? Hopefully nothing, because I put this thing here, so on deployment finish. So the battle started will be false until deployment is finished. So yeah, I should try that. Thank you. So let's get troops back. So now let's see, where's my dudes? So if I press F10, nothing happens. Yep. And I can move my own starting position. And the boundary is still here. So in deployment, we cannot go past this point, but once I get ready and then press F10, now the camera is free to roam, so to say. I mean, honestly, this is this is pretty much done. I don't know what to say. It is kind of... So the one downside about this is that if they change something about how the deployment works or how order of battle works, there is some risk that this will break. But I mean, compared to the 14,000 lines of the existing RTS cam, which is, by the way, broken for 1.7, I think the risk is still smaller and more manageable. But obviously this doesn't have the command module and all that stuff, so it's not really the same thing. And also the original RTS camera mod, they leave your player character to AI control once you enter the RTS mode. So I don't agree with that. I don't think it is a good idea. But one thing that might be a good idea is to like stop the player. Like if I have momentum and I enter RTS camera, my dude will run for quite some time. I don't know if that is a good thing or if we should stop him somehow. But I think it's fine that he is like inactive. I might need to look into how to stop him if people think that's a good idea. I think it's... Well, actually, maybe I should make the decision myself. I think I should stop him. So probably has something to do with agent behaviors and stuff like that. Actually, I can even just copy it from the RTS cam. Most likely they do something like... wait, I don't know my shortcuts for Visual Studio. So this should be something like agent behavior. Agent. Really? Name agent is not referenced anywhere. No, this is my code. Well, wrong project. I have too many Visual Studios open. Agent controller type AI. This thing. Get player controller. Don't make him stop. Okay, well. Yeah, maybe it's fine. I mean, I could already publish this. We can even remove some of this stuff. Oh, the funny thing is that this mod doesn't actually even use Harmony. So I could actually even remove Harmony as a dependency. What do you think about that? Does anyone care? It might use Harmony in the future though if we need to do more fixes. For example, fix the power bar and stuff like that. The power like I want to fix the balance of power thing, and that will almost certainly require Harmony in some fashion. Does anyone care about Harmony dependency? Or is it like accepted everywhere already? Like I would imagine that most people, well, it is kind of it can be kind of annoying for people who don't know anything about mods, but I mean, for almost everyone, it is the first mod they install anyway. Whatever. So does this work if I just do this? Or will it still try to access the DLLs? If I now go to my modules and remove Harmony. Let's put Harmony in mods backup. And let's remove Harmony from here. No, let's actually use the launcher. Yes. Let's use the launcher and let's go to simple RTS cam. No, wait, what? Is the ranged weapon crosshair visible during native development if you start with ranged weapon? Good question, but most likely they have something for that. I could look into that. So I was trying to... No, yeah, I rebuilt the solution, right? Most likely they don't... Most likely Taylor's has done that correctly, I would imagine. So let's try this without... Oh, this definitely requires 1.7 though. Let's set a couple of things. Let's set the version to 0.10 and let's set these. So this is like, how do you do this? Dependent more what? I don't remember. Let me pull up something. Dependent version. This definitely requires 1.7.0. Let's put this so that there's less spam. Let's rebuild. Let's go to simple RTS cam, play. Yes, good. So I can just remove Harmony and nothing will break. Right. Well, that's good. Yeah. I think I can publish this and do the fixes in a later version. So let me do that right now, I think. But I might want to actually try your suggestion about, or see how it works if you have ranged weapon. Let's go to campaign. Let me go here. Let's get a ranged weapon in first item slot. Now I want to open up my UI debug thing to see which one of the views. Let's open... Why doesn't... Oh, I don't have the correct mod open. So for this I actually need Harmony. Anyway, Harmony. I want to see what view will draw the aiming reticle. So I want to go basically launch this one, right? This one has UI. useful UI debug, which is in this view. So we should see that there is some mission view that will draw the aiming reticle. Here we come here. You see, there is this mouse. Oh, actually, see, you're actually right. Oh, that's interesting. So they have this cursor, and the cursor is blocking the aiming reticle. That's funny, kind of. Not actually funny, but that's like programmer humor stuff. Okay, so let's just enable this cursor then, and we will also have the reticle block, I guess. So I should. So we can fix this. This is also very easy to fix. So when we enter here, we do mission screen something. No, screen manager. I think this is good. Alright. Mouse enable. What? It's input restrictions. Okay. So in the actual deployment view, if you press right click and start rotating the camera, then you see what you have underneath the cursor. I wonder if same thing will happen with my mod. Like I go here. Let's deploy. Now we have the cursor. Wait, it changed how the zoom works. How the camera rotation works. Is this better or worse? So previously the camera was like rotating way more. Now it's kind of difficult to rotate the camera. Not extremely difficult, but a bit more difficult. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. Previously the camera was rotating a lot. Now for some reason when I have the mouse cursor enabled, it rotates a lot less. Also in my thing, yeah, here I guess what they do here is whenever that's so weird. Whenever you press right click here, they hide the cursor for some reason, and then the camera rotation works differently for whatever reason. So here I guess I should also do the same thing. I guess I should also hide the cursor if you press right click. Whatever. Let's see if I can find where that is done. Let's look for set mouse visibility. Okay. No, I did something stupid there. So mission order of battle gauntlet handler. Yes, exactly this. So tick input. What is tick input? It's just mission tick. Okay. So how do they set it to true then? Else, okay, it's right here. It's right here, okay. It is right here. I want this thing. This looks kind of weird. Huh. I think I can do it the same way as I did it here with the first hit layer. It should be fine, I think. The layer system is also kind of... I don't 100% understand everything that is going on all the time. And I guess we can have the left trigger thing here, although I don't really support controllers, so it doesn't matter too much. Should I just completely remove controller supports? I mean, you cannot even enter the RTS camera with controller. I think I will do executive decision and remove this from here. Well, RIP controller players. Both people who play Bannerlord with controller are in shambles. Wait, what is happening? Huh. I guess it really... Oh, maybe what? It really didn't like this. So anyway, it should probably be... I should obviously only do it if we are in... I should obviously do it only if we are in RTS cam. So, wait, do I have it still here? Yes, good. But if the mission is the mission screen, is the mission screen tick wrong place for this then? Let's see what else they do here actually. Something about last selected formation index. Something about controller, something about controller. Okay. I guess it's fine. Now obviously this all works. I cannot scroll up and down anymore. When did that break? I think it really doesn't like when this is done every frame. Yeah, okay. Let's not do it every frame then, even though the official thing does it every frame. But the official thing also does it on its own gauntlet layer, so maybe that is the difference somehow. I don't understand. Whatever. I can do it not every frame. Wait, is there something actually? Maybe yeah, I don't need my own. print my own boolean to keep track of this. I hope the pressed comes like immediately. I hope. I don't know. I'm not sure. This looks almost fine, I think. Let's think about this a bit. What? Input restrictions? This is what? No, this is completely wrong. What am I doing? So that's what they were doing as well here? Set input restrictions. Why set input restrictions? What? What is this? Why do they do... what? What? I don't understand. Anyway. That's probably going to break things if I set input restrictions on the scene layer or something like that. Okay, but now we have everything. Now it feels a lot better again. And we have the same behavior where the aiming reticle comes back if I press right click and then it goes away. Okay, this looks good. I could also just hide the aiming reticle completely. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I think I will publish this now. Yeah, this is good. The power bar thing can wait a bit. I should make a readme for this, I guess, although nobody reads this anyway. Nobody even goes to the GitHub. But anyway. Nobody even goes to GitHub anyway. But I could write the description here. I need a description anyway for Nexus. How do I... oh, upload. Big button. Sure, this is gameplay mod? Question mark? Or user interface? I guess it's gameplay mod. Why do I want to write game constantly? I don't know. Mod language is not applicable really, but sure. Brief overview. So what is this mod? This is let's look at some references. How do other people write their mod descriptions? Calradia Factions Enhanced is a sub-mod for Calradia at War. Add 7 new arena maps into the game. Let's see, popular. I guess they are very to the point. Just say what the features are. Does anyone actually use the E prefix? This is like one of the small gripes I have with Tailworlds and how they do things. This versioning system is so bad. It's actually awful. But whatever. Let's not worry about it. But like, doesn't matter. But it's so bad. And so, is that the whole description? So this is so RTS camera mod scratch this mod doesn't have the advanced features of copy link. But yeah, I will. Aims to provide, well, but only the essential or only the core camera functionality. I want to do something like goals for like priorities or something like priority works, doesn't break or is actually updated when for new versions, and then like non-goals. I want to do something like this. Maybe I need to reword it a bit. Non-goals, advanced tactics features, advanced tactics features, formation selection stuff. I want to do something like this. Feature parity with RTS camera. I don't know if this is like too offensive or something, like if people get that this is kind of like lighthearted or whatever. Like I just see that people will keep asking for features such as the formation selection. Is actually a really good, really nice feature of the original mod. But I don't care right now, so I just don't want anyone to ask for that. Although it might be possible to get the formation selection buttons that exist in the order of battle view. That might be doable. That might be really simple to do, and I might look into doing that at some point. This is bad. This is too offensive, but something like this. Let's see. I mean, the simple is also in the mod name, so so hopefully people will realize that this is not the same thing as the old mod. So so more tactical play style. I don't know. So make tactical easier by providing bird's eye view. Oh, I also need to say that so in combat press F10 to yeah I just remembered that as well. To unlock the camera from your character. Use scroll wheel, mouse scroll wheel to zoom in out. Press mouse right to change the camera, change the angle. Movement keys to fly around. Okay. While you are in the tactical view, your character will be idle, and if your mount had momentum before switching modes, they will keep running. If your mount had momentum before switching modes, they will keep running. Forwards. Oh, maybe because I kind of formation selections might be coming in the future versions, but I don't want to promise anything. I don't want to promise that I get so do you remember the formation selection they have in the order of battle? I can show that quick. I might be able to enable that UI again. Right now it's kind of unclear. Here you have these buttons for formation selection, and I might be able to re-enable this. Should I try to do it now before releasing? Because it might not even be that hard. Oh, I don't have useful UI debug enabled again. But it should be. I mean, I know the movie name. The movie is Order of Battle something something. And the movie is just Order of Battle, right? Mission here, this exact thing. So this is for sure the thing that draws the formations. But wait though. This might be bad in some ways. Let's see what the data source is. Order of Battle VM, of course. So, selected formation item, total formation count, current configuration. Let me pull up the XML for this. So this is movie Order of Battle. Let me pull the XML for this. Okay. Let's see, somewhere in here they have formations. They have a list of formations. Formations first half, formation. I mean, this is it, right? This is formations first half and this is formations second half. So where's the data source for this thing? Here. Oh, it's this thing, right? Formations first half. No, wrong file. First half. But the question is like, why doesn't this render anything? Because like when I exit, so I don't have my thing open, right? I cannot show it right now. But anyway, this thing will be in the background anyway. So even once you exit deployment, this thing will still exist, I think. Finalize deployment. Okay. So what do they do then? Save configuration is enabled false. Okay, this is what they do. So somewhere in here they have is enabled right here. So am I computer engineer? Well, unfortunately, maybe kind of. I mean, I think computer engineer is someone who builds computers though, so I don't think I qualify. So I could, if I can for sure just come here and just set this is enabled to true again. I might need to actually do this stuff though. What is order controller? What is order controller? Okay. I probably need to re-enable these things. Or I could just use Harmony to pretty much disable all of this. I could use Harmony to disable the whole finalized deployment thing so that the order of battle view model would stay in the background. But I think it's easier actually to just make my own movie. So I could just make my own VM, my own everything. So I have the XML here. So I could just copy this part. Oh, it uses order of battle screen widget though. That might be bad for me. Let's see. Let's see what this does. Maybe it's fine. I think software engineer is just someone who writes software, so it does need all these left side formations, right side formations. And like if your stuff is shit, then you probably aren't software engineer, or at least you're not very good one. Well, they already do this not null check. They already check that these are not null, so maybe it just works for me. That would be quite nice, but they might do some other stuff. I probably also need this order controller stuff if we are being completely honest with ourselves. So how hard is it to get this stuff? Wait, finalize deployment. How hard is it to get my own order controller? No, I should just see where it's assigned this way. Mission current player team, player order controller. That looks very simple to do. That looks very simple to do, so that's not a problem then. What about the click callbacks from these things? They are order of battle formation markers. Wait, but what? The formation second half. These already have the order of battle formation items. These have the callbacks, I guess. Somehow on something on click. Selected. On selection, execute selection. Yes, execute selection. Very good. On selection, this. So formation item. Like, what is this? What? Oh, it's assigned by initialize formula. Select formation item. I mean, I can. This is for sure something that I can do. This would take some time though. It doesn't look hard at all. So eventually I will get these formation buttons. Should I publish it first right now though? It would take like at least a couple of hours, I think. I might need to make my own screen layer for this thing. Well, not definitely actually. If I could just hide all this stuff, but how though? I could just mod the existing thing, but that seems kind of risky in terms of them changing it later. I could maybe reuse the VM that they used, but so I would have to write a bit less code myself. What do you think? Should I do it right now or should I publish first? I'm just going to publish it right now and then worry about the formation buttons a bit later. Or as the next thing, I guess. So let me pull a link to this stream here. No, let me... Let me pull up a bit more. Okay, and then I guess that's fine. I could put like check out my other mods or whatever. I don't care too much. Just want, this is the most important. You guys watching are the most important social I want to push. So I could also put my Discord, but I don't, it's not too active anyway. Well, maybe I put my Discord as well. It's fine. Let's see. Sure, whatever. Maybe this is fine. I don't. Let's copy this to. Let's copy this to the README. And then. On GitHub. This should also have a GitHub link. So let me pull up that one next. Okay, GitHub here. That should be fine. And make this one already. Oh, maybe I should, just in case, let's rebuild once more. None of this stuff, no. Oh, images. I need to take images. Right. What though? I guess it's just an aerial shot. Something like this. Once they come out of the boots. Something like this. Oh, it's kind of blurry, but I think it will always be a bit blurry. I don't like the top part, but it's whatever. I crop again here. Like this. Sure. Not thumbnails. Nexus. So what is this? This is RTS cam. Okay. I guess that's fine. Can add better pictures later if I want. User permissions. Oh, one thing that I should do is add licenses to my GitHubs. Maybe I do it later. No. So no credit or permission needed. Keep permission, yeah, sure. Always my work. Next. So no mod requirements, right? Simple RTS cam. Sure. At least people can tell me that if it works or doesn't work or something. Sure. Okay. I can get it out and then keep working on it, I guess. Okay. I want more space here. In the description. I hope that's enough. Sometimes this editor is not very good, but yeah, not enough. What the heck? Right. Why can't you just... Is this like a... Can I edit this directly? Sure. Now there's 2 spaces. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, tell me if it works or doesn't work or something. And then we can go from there. But I guess I will take a break now and then short break and then try to make the formations, the formation buttons up here. Okay. That was like surprisingly easy. All right. Takes less time than you might think, since I didn't actually do any of the work. Okay, I will stretch a bit and go use the bathroom and stuff like that, and then I think I will try to make the formations work. Okay. How are you people doing today? Everything good? I think I will start by trying to make my own movie, my own prefab, but reuse the existing view model. That is what I'm thinking. So this part, make my own, or copy only this part, and then this order of battle VM, try to reuse the code, not the existing object. But let's see. So then, yeah, let's just copy this. Make our own prefab for this thing. Wait, no, all of these are kind of wrong projects. So here, maybe I close them actually. I have no idea what those are. I have way too many things open all the time. HTTP GUI and prefabs. Is it prefab or prefabs? I think it's prefabs. Yep. And here we will have formation and well RTS. Like this. Oh, sorry, I have to take this phone call. Okay, now I'm back. We can continue to work on the formations thing. So wait, why is it the format is kind of different? Okay, let's do this so that the highlighting is correct. So this was my idea. So I want to reuse the VM, but remake this RTS formations. And I need to check how this was used. How this was used in the code. I mean, I kind of know, but I want to copy it, I think. Wait, actually, why is this used here? That is... sort of interesting, actually. I hate this class hierarchy thing so much. Cannot tell you how much I hate this. All this subclassing and not actually using something else than what you actually want, and all this stuff is just madness to me. But like so in situations like this, when I want to find the actual freaking class that does things, incredibly annoying to have to do all this crap when this tooling isn't perfect. Tooling is never perfect. Oh, it's this one. Yes, sure. But so they give the data source. Why is the data source given from the outside? That's also kind of weird. It's like, so here you see that they just create this with no arguments. But it doesn't even make sense because they just pass it around, basically doing nothing, pushing papers, all this class hierarchy, everything, and then they in the end do nothing with the thing since it's just default constructor anyway. So let's see, instantiated by. No, I wanted the constructor specifically. I wanted to see this thing specifically. I guess I want the single player order of battle VM. I guess that is fine. But let's just create one of those things then. I can close this, I think. That should be fine. So I need a movie here somewhere, but I need layer. No, this is wrong. Like here. That's the screen widget. Let me go back here. I need one of these things. So this was this thing, and here we should have the layer code. So this.count of the layer. I think I can copy all of this. So I want this. Oh, I also want this. So that stuff will come here. And this will be the SP order. I like taking the most concrete type I can. Not what they do, but it's not what Tailworlds does in their code, but I much prefer taking the most concrete type I know. Can you do a speedrun again? I think sometime, but not right now. Like when they release some content or there's some new glitches or something, then maybe. But right now, when I play Elden Ring, and then if I do programming, or if I mod, then I will do mods, and this is more fun for me at the moment than speedrunning, but it might change in the future if they release like once the full game comes. Once they do the full release, I will definitely do more speedruns. Yeah, like that part is actually kind of weird. Let's do... This can be null and null, I think. Doesn't like... Whatever. I'm not like actual C# programmer, so I don't have an opinion on... I don't have opinions on how to do all this initialization stuff. But I want to see where they create the layers. Mission screen initialize. So this thing. So that's perfect. The data source will be new SP order of battle VM. And the content layer will be whatever they do here. Do I actually need the... Do I need the movie for something? Do they actually use the movie for anything? On mission screen finalized release movie. Okay, I need this, I think. This I think I will need. Good to take it now before I forget. I'm not always the best to remember all this finalization stuff. So do I get the movie somehow through the screen, or should I? Well, let's just copy the movie. Let's just do it exactly like they do it, I guess. Let's just do it exactly like they do it. So, So this will be my movie, which was RTS something, RTS formations. And the data source will be data source. What is this? Order of battle category unload. Sprite category. Oh, is that bad? Do I need to know what this is? Do I need to know what this is? Not used. Anyway, it's only loaded. Okay, and besides it looks easy to do anyway, so if this is an issue, I can do this myself, but right now I hope that I don't need to do that. if fine. I don't know. This is kind of stupid and unnecessary, but whatever. Oh. Wait, why did I set the data source to null, but oh, whatever. I don't think I even need the unfinalized to be completely... Yeah. No. Let's see the SP order of battle finalized. Unfinalize. Like this for sure does nothing. Like why even bother? This thing. Oh, they set bunch of static. They set bunch of statics to null. Do I really care? I don't think so. None of this makes sense. It's whatever. I don't like pushing papers around, to be completely honest. I much more prefer code that actually does something to code that is like somehow clean, like in some abstract sense. Let's see if anyone has downloaded this version. No posts, nothing, okay. So then we should get our layer and where do they actually do stuff with the data source? Do I go here? On player turn to choose formation to lead. So let's see what the single player version does. Oh, it does some load stuff. Well, I don't actually need the single player version, most likely. It has like the save configuration stuff, but I actually don't even want the single player one because I want I think I want this to work in custom battles as well, and the single player one doesn't, most likely. So I don't even need all the campaign loading and saving. Yeah, like this stuff would not work in custom fights, custom battles. Okay, good. So I assume that is enabled, right? This was probably false in the beginning, and then yeah, sure. So right now that will of course do absolutely nothing. And here, well, let's just do this, I guess. Set is order pre-configured. What is this? I don't understand what is order pre-configured. So let's not worry about it. So where is this thing called from? On deployment finish? No. On player turn to choose formation lead. Whatever, I can do that. I can do that here, I think. That's fine for me because I don't need this before this anyway. What is all this crap? Can I just ignore all this? Can I do like a... Select formation at index. So this thing I want for sure, right? Oh, also deselect formation at index. So these I will probably need. All the other stuff looks like a bunch of crap. So I will do some sort of like no op on auto deploy. I don't know if I need to do this, but no op. No op. Maybe there's some better way to do no ops in C#, but I don't know and I don't care. Locked formation indices and surgeons. What? Focus on agent. Why would... What would this... What? What does this thing do? Focus on agent. I mean... Sure. Seems like it might be relevant. Wait, what is this thing? Order UI handler. I guess I want this. I don't know. I'm assuming I want this. No idea what it does though. I'm still complaining about the freaking possibility of having null. Data source maybe null here. Like, this doesn't work, right? It works? Wait, what? I saw... Whatever. Oh, it doesn't work with assignments, but it works with method calls. Okay, got it. So then... Makes no sense, right? And this will never be null realistically. Let's just write this in different order. Make it maybe a bit cleaner this way. Arguably, I don't care too much about code cleanliness, but so mission screen, set agent to follow. I think that might be necessary to do. I mean, this already has plenty of stuff that can go horribly wrong. So I think I just run this. Well, let's do one more thing. So let's do data source enabled. And data source is enabled false. A very scary code competition there, but so this will not work. Yeah, it's an assignment, so there you actually need an if. Okay, so this will most likely explode in multiple ways, so let's just see what happens. Right. One guy, will he even fight? The Windows start tag does not match. Oh, what? So used to writing close widget. Oh, this will not work because I need to rebuild the solution, I think. I should set this file as build action resource. So that if I modify the XML, it will rebuild the project. Now I can see that my thing should be as a layer here. I don't see it. Did I forget something? On mission screen initialize. Load movie RTS formations. It's not here. Now I have breakpoint here. Yeah, I forgot something here. We also need to add it to the screen manager. Let's see. This one. Down left layer. Oh, maybe I need to do this as well. I might need to set input restrictions, most likely. So I need this. Probably. Pop. In the same place where I set the mouse cursor, right? So like here. So here. Like this. And then let's not forget add layer this time. So here, screen, what mission screen? Add layer. Sure. Okay, let's try again. So now hopefully my thing should be visible as a new layer. I wonder what happens if one of my formations dies completely, or if it will update the numbers based on when troops die and stuff. Well, we don't see anything. Oh, also, we have the bar thing again here. So RTS formations is now here, which is good. Okay. So then the next question is, can we actually draw something? That would be nice. So this thing is triggered for sure, right? So we set is enabled as true, but it still doesn't draw anything. So I need to figure out why it doesn't draw. And it doesn't crash either, which is kind of weird. It doesn't crash either. This might be where not knowing how the layers and all that stuff actually works will be my downfall. Like maybe I just don't understand something fundamental here. Oh, the right click thing is broken again. I guess the input restrictions thing was... No, they should not be here. They should be here. Not every frame, but just once. Okay, and then how do I... How do I debug it not drawing anything? So I have the layer, I see that the layer has been added. Like right here, RTS formations. I see that order of battle VM is here, and data source is set as enabled. What? Oh, would never be hit. I guess I go into DN Spy and then try to step through something. Not reloading, whatever. Just want to see if people have commented anything, if there's anything wrong with it. I guess it's fine. I guess it is fine. I could see, just read through this and see if there is anything else I am forgetting. What does this do? Data source tick. Okay, what does data source tick do though? That looks pretty good actually. Let's do data source tick here. And tick input we don't really need. Oh, maybe I need to add the formations. Maybe it is, well, I don't know. Maybe it is actually working, but I just need to set the formations somehow. But I would have thought that the initialize does that. Oh, maybe I need to actually put breakpoint here and see how it is supposed to get the... how it is supposed to populate the formation list. I can see it here actually also, kind of. I go, well, let's just, what does the tick actually do? No overload of tick takes one argument, fine. Maybe the tick actually does everything I need. Or is that wishful thinking? Maybe. I don't care to read through that at the moment. What calls refresh values? Constructor. And tick. Initialize. Okay. Okay, let me just I think I want to restart this in the unspy and then see how the formations are supposed to be populated. So there's the first half, right? Let's see, analyze this thing. This is such cancer. It is set in no. What? Get formation at index. So this is done in initialize. Let's just break here, I guess. See if this looks fine. Oh, not yet, but not yet. But once I have like, once I'm past the actual. Once I'm past the actual deployment. Let me load the state that I was using earlier. Okay, so now I can set the breakpoint here. Maybe this is fine. And this will be mine. Now this is kind of... it's whatever. Initialize formation. I hope that doesn't break anything too badly. An order controller. Order controller looks fine. What is on order issued? Deselect all formations. Huh. I don't know if I like that, but whatever. I don't know if I like that, but we will figure it out later. total formation count. Oh, 8. So you add stuff to the first formation. So the formation's first half has some stuff in it. Oh. Formation's first half means the left side list of formations. No. No, I don't think so. Well, it does kind of mean the left side, but that looks fine to me. Okay, so now it actually looks good. It looks fine, and it is actually working. So it was indeed just the tick thing. And that is kind of suboptimal, that the icons are kind of not moving. The icons are not moving with the camera movement. No, they are. When are the icons not moving? Oh, and also that the right click thing is broken again. But it is sort of almost working now. So at least all the initial assumptions were good. And the movie is working, the XML is fine. But I don't like how the mouse visibility thing is kind of tripping me up. Maybe I can just do... Right, maybe I just have to do this. I don't know. I don't really see why that would change much, but we'll see. So I want to fix the mouse thing first. So when I click right click, it is supposed to hide my mouse cursor, because the rotation works differently or something like that. I don't know, the original order of battle does it, so I try to mimic that. Okay, now this is working again. Huh. That is kind of weird, but I guess it's fine. So sometimes the icon is desynced from the troops. Like now. Maybe it is just end of battle thing or something. Just guessing around. Let's get like 30 of these things. Now let's try to find a larger fight, such as this one. Okay. Let's put them into shield wall or something. Cavalry shield wall. Loose formation. Okay, so they get desynced sometimes. Oh, and also I don't like this is the deselection thing. Yeah, it's not good. It should not deselect when you give command. But I think I can fix that. Where's my enemy? They are camping. What? There are some small issues here. Such as that when you do the right click thing, it will deselect the order thing. Yeah, that's not good either. When you press right click, it will deselect your formation. Kind of sort of works. Is this really loose formation? I guess everyone is shooting, so it's fine. Yeah, so issue number 1, right-clicking deselects formation. That is very bad. Whatever. Okay, and now you can come here. Okay. Yeah, the formation selection thing is kind of important for usability. But it's not perfect yet. Although it's almost decent. I don't know why these are here. Maybe it doesn't work with charging or something? Yeah, I guess it doesn't work with charges and stuff. Well, the battle ended. mean, it is already, I think, better than not having it. Right, I want to fix... Why does right-clicking deselect formation? Oh, also... Is there just easy way to... On order issued... Can I just do this? What is the best way to do this without harmony? I guess the order controller is just this thing. This is after initialize. So here maybe. Here maybe. How does the accessing thing work? I've seen it a couple of times, but I usually do it with harmony. C# method info or something. I usually do this with harmony. Oh, can you even do it with method info? Event. So who else actually... Who else uses this thing? What happens if I just clear this? Where is this? What? Outside the class, events, expose, subscribe, unsubscribe, that's it. What? No, what is this current shit anyway? Shouldn't this be just player team? Oh, event is a special word. Event can only appear on left side of what? What is button 1? Remove quick event. Or is it called event on order issued? Is that the field name? And this looks kind of painful. Okay, I don't know how to remove events from this thing, but I think... Is this like good enough for now? Maybe I want to... I mean, I think it's an improvement. There are some usability issues for sure. But like... at least we have some sort of formation thingies and you can kind of select them and it almost works. So I think I will just publish this as a new version and then fix them later. But I think I will end the stream now and say that this is good enough for now and I can do the rest of the fixes offline. So I guess I will thank you guys for watching. And I will put this version with this formation, this kind of a bit buggy formation thingies out. So, thanks guys, and I hope to see you